lecture will be done by our very own, the Gurukula's very own Maharishi Gurukula.
Namaste, everybody. So today I'll be talking about chapter 1 of the Manusmriti. The first part of the chapter 1 we'll be talking about is when the sages visited Maharishi Manu, the person who wrote this Smriti. As the story tells, Manum ekagram asinam abhikanya. I apologize if I pronounce something wrong. Maharshaya pratipuchya yatha yayam idam vachanam abruvan. What this means is many sages have visited Maharishi Manu as he had been sitting quietly contemplating with a focused mind on some sort of subject. After having paid their respects to him as per standards, they spoke the following words. Manum ekag. I think I'm going to put the wrong one. But what it means is, O Reverend, you are capable of explaining to us the different duties assigned to different individuals from all the classes in the society, and different stages of life as well, as is and in the proper order. Now, more about classes and stages. More about the classes and stages of life. The classes of society, such as Brahmin, I should say Brahmin. I guess that doesn't make sense. Brahmin, scholars, Kshatriya, warriors, Vaishya, farmers and merchants, and Shudra, servants. Parents are the first to teach their children, so it is very likely that children follow the duties and also the classes of their own parents. But it's not guaranteed, since they're always subject to change because of different teaching methods or education. And about the 4 stages of life: Brahmacharya, students; Grihastha, householders; Vanaprasth, those preparing for detachment; and Sannyasi, which are complete ascetics. Brahmacharya is considered preparation for Grihastha, as Vanaprasth is considered preparation for Sannyasi.
I'd like to say this slide a bit more. Just make sure you have the 4 stages of life down. Those are going to be important. And the classes of society. I have a question. For those of us who don't know what ascetics do.
Ascetics are like people who have completely detached from all material pleasures, and are, as one might say, completely connected, like virtually connected to God Himself.
So people who have ascended from worldly pleasures.
Sort of.
Good vocabulary. Another 10 seconds. Vinesh, we're just gonna bold. We gotta bold the following.
I got it. It's the presentation part, right? Yeah, you guys did the tag.
use this as an opportunity to ruminate on your thoughts and your notes. We'll just be a quick second back to the presentation. Also, can everyone see fine from where they're sitting? If not, then I suggest you move spots or switch places with someone else who can see fine. Because I know for me and my glasses, my eyesight, I need to be more in the front. So if you share that sentiment, just be mindful of where you're sitting and be mindful of where your neighbors are sitting.
Or you can like take pictures too. If you have your phone,
Vinesh.
Yes, you can take pictures
Vinesh.
of slides. But we do suggest handwritten notes because it helps retain memory. So it'll also be more productive for you. But if it comes down to it, if there's a slide with like way too many words get copied out, just like take a picture. Okay, back to where we were.
Next slide. Alright, so back to this. For some reason the font doesn't, it's sort of bugged. So I'll just get the English translation. The sages continue saying, "All learn, because you are the only one who knows the intricacies of these rules of conduct for all humans, as laid out in the Vedas, that contain immeasurable wisdom from the Supreme Soul, who is not created by anyone and is beyond comprehension by thoughts." This next part says, I think it explains what says next, what Maharishi Gurukula says next. Sahatai Vishtaha Tatha Samyak Amita Vijaha. Again, I apologize if I'm pronouncing anything wrong. I'm not very good at this. Mahatma Vihi Pratyuvacha Archaya Tan Sarvan Maharishin Shruyatam Iti. What this means is, after having heard those questions asked by such great souls, the sages, Maharishi Manu, the possessor of never-ending brilliance, welcomed all of the sages in and replied, "Please listen to this." It was then that he began to speak about the creation of the universe. Now, this may seem irrelevant to the questions that the sages have asked, but eventually it connects to the purpose of life, and so it connects to the duties of humans. So this is what he talks about, the origin of the universe. What he says is, before the creation of the universe, there existed matter in its basic subatomic state, in complete darkness, where nothing worth knowing, nothing that contained any sort of definite attributes, was existed. There was nothing to know about, nothing to debate about, as if everything was inoperative, not working. And this process starts with a transitional state that originates from the basic matter, possessing the three qualities, sattva, rajas, and tamas, in equal proportions. It contains the combined intellect of the entire universe that is yet to be formed. For some reason, I don't know how to put this here. This state is called mahat, which is tangible as well as intangible, because it is not yet manifested into a final product of, for example, the universe and its contents. The mahat then gains its self-awareness and creates the subtle mind element that has the capability of experiencing existence.
Just a quick question, if you do know, what are sattva, rajas, and tamas? Those three qualities.
I don't know much about them. They're three qualities, but
If you don't know, that's okay. Just a general. No. I actually do. I'll share it with you guys now.
oh, when he, God, awakens, seeking to create, this universe is created, and likewise, when he sleeps, it's in a matter of desiring to destroy. And so the entire universe destructs and becomes inactive. Starting, basically just starting from where basically just restarting from where it began before it was created. The souls who were designated tasks are also relieved from their duties, and all matter is restored to its origin for the cycle to begin again.
So the main concept of this slide is that the cycle of creation is, as you put it, a cycle. There's creation and destruction happens over and over.
Similar to a cycle of day and night, waking up and sleeping.
Yeah. Okay.
Now a completely different topic. Divine time measurement. It said that the combination of one divine day and one divine night is said to equivalent to one Earth year, which is split into two based on the solstices. I pulled this one. I already pulled it, but I found it. One divine year would equal to 365 divine days, or 365 Earth years. It said that 4,000 divine years make the Satya Yuga there. I might move this. Put this here. This era, however, also has a leading and trailing period before and after it, respectively, both a tenth of the time, so in this case, 400 years each, 400 divine years, that the main phase has, meaning the Satya Yuga era is actually a total of 4,800 divine years, or 1,728,000 Earth years. We can make this a bit further, because there are three other eras. The Treta Yuga, whose main phase lasts 3,000 divine years. The Dwapara Yuga, I cannot pronounce it very well, sorry, which lasts 2,000 divine years, and the Kali Yuga, lasting 1,000. Each of these eras also have leading and trailing time periods, each 1/10 of their corresponding phases length. So the Treta Yuga has trailing and leading and trailing phases, both 300 divine years long. Dwapara Yuga has leading and trailing periods, each 200 divine years, so on and so forth. In total, all four eras last 12,000 divine years, or 4,320,000 Earth years. As I've seen in what I've read, God's one day lasts 1,000 of these sets of eras, as does his night, which means that one day or one night would last 12 million divine years, or a total of 4,320,000,000 Earth years. I've run out of ideas. I'm so sorry. Since I don't have any other ideas for questions, then yes. Okay. I think that's the last slide though. So, any questions?